Yo guys, welcome back with another video, and today we have, well, what if Kakashi went back in time part 4. And of course, before we start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy. Also, sharing does help. Without further ado, play the intro.
With the fever dreams, I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work, I got vision, I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's you lost. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast, so until I have everything
Alright, starting things off, well, after the team would pass, they would start going on D-rank missions about the same way as in canon. But while this is happening, a few events would be going down. As Kakashi training up his team for, Kakashi, since he would have guessed they would still be around, although probably not the members as strong. Maybe next part I'll go over what happened to the villain side of things. Anyways, first we'll go over Sakura's training, since kind of the least happens with her. What actually gets Sakura to train in this timeline, get more involved. Which she would probably literally not like, probably would, I don't know. But she does it, get better at taijutsu, probably has a basic understanding of earth release and basics of genjutsu, just something to start the woman off. Also some taijutsu so she can at least hold her own in a fight. But going on to important events for Sasuke, during this time he would be training by himself, just trying to get down that one shuriken jutsu. So would be trying to do that, but couldn't exactly get it. Luckily, someone would come in, this being one guy behind Sasuke, who would tell him to, why don't you try it a different way. Sasuke turns around off guard by this person, but would see it's just, Shisui Uchiha. No big whoop. You would have heard of Shisui since he would have been one of the best shinobi on the Uchiha Leaf and really the world. Sasuke would remark on this. Shisui would be humble and say he's not that famous, but would get back to, telling Sasuke how to do this. Eventually, after about the second try, Sasuke actually gets the trick down. Shisui would congratulate him on it. Sasuke, he must have picked up some of his brother's skills, which Sasuke remarked that he knows Itachi. As Shisui and Sasuke would eventually sit down and have a little talk. Have a little discussion, probably Shisui just reminiscing over his times with Itachi, and that Itachi likes to bring him up a lot when he's just hanging out with other Buu members or Shisui. So Sasuke would even ask if Shisui is stronger than his brother, which Shisui, after scratching his head and thinking about it for a second, would remark, yeah, he's kind of stronger than Itachi. He thinks that he could beat him. Sasuke would ask a question to Shisui, this question being, hey, can you train me to be stronger than Itachi? Yes, Shisui would ask why, obviously confused. Sasuke will go on about how his dad doesn't notice him and his brother kind of treats him like a child. And probably many other problems he would have. So Shisui, seeing no harm in this, would decide to agree. Now on start training Sasuke, which Sasuke would be excited for. But we'll get into their whole dynamic later as we go, into Naruto's side of things. So on to Naruto's side of things, Minato, as promised, would begin teaching Naruto the flying Raijin. As the two would be, probably somewhere by their house in likely a foresty area. With Naruto naturally excited that he finally gets to learn the jutsu, and Minato probably having to calm the man down. Anyways, Minato will go on to explain the jutsu in depth, since Naruto kinda just knows. Throw kunai would seal to place and teleport. That's kind of his basic understanding of the jutsu. However, Minato will go on to, explain the fundamentals. He'd eventually, to finishing, throw out and would hand Naruto, one of his special kunai. As he'd basically leave Naruto to go and practice with the jutsu while he just sits down and watch to see, if anything goes awry. And also if he would go teleport through a tree. Also, he would have explained how to do it in case I forgot to mention that. And so for about a good hour, Naruto goes on and trains. Actually, not an hour, about 5 hours. He's just trying to practice the jutsu and kind of fails. Also ends up in between a tree, not dead, luckily, but Ants is just stuck there for a while until Minato would have to cut him down. Eventually, Minato just ends up stopping Naruto and basically tells the men that maybe they should work on another jutsu, as Naruto would probably go on about. Is he quitting on him and that he shouldn't give up so easily, which Minato would calm him down, saying that they aren't quitting, they're just postponing this and doing something that should be easier, hopefully. And as Minato would just pull out his hand and show Naruto a Rasengan, basically as it would appear, and it would explain that he's going to be teaching Naruto the Rasengan. Would stare at the jutsu and awe, he's heard of it but not really seen one. As Minato would begin to explain the steps, Naruto would tell Minato that he kinda already knows them. Minato, being surprised, would ask how, as Naruto would simply explain that Kakashi told it to him, saying that he could see him using it a lot in the future. So he kinda just needs to complete the third step. And so Minato would just go, oh, and say that he'll kinda just leave it to them and that once he learns the Rasengan, he'll teach him the Flying Raijin for sure. So basically, Naruto would spend a good amount of time trying to perfect the Rasengan. I don't know how exactly long the time skip is between the prologue to the actual Land of Waves arc. So basically, until then, so end of things, Naruto would still discover he can use a shadow clone to help him create a Rasengan, and so he knows how to do a version of the Rasengan. At least with using a shadow clone, and that's at least good enough for him. But with that, we hop straight into the Land of Waves arc. The arc starts off with Team 7 still going on another D rank mission, probably the same one with the cat, and them catching the cat easier, although that doesn't really matter. But Naruto would still have his complaints about how easy the mission is and would plan to tell, well, his father that, and they get a higher rank one. Also, forgot the Kakashi things he would do over this time. Okay, a little thing for Kakashi. Besides visiting Ren and Obito, being their little kid, who, by the way, little retcon, he would be born around the same time Konohamaru, so he or she's Konohamaru age. Let's say she, why not? I kinda have no name for her, she really is gonna play anything to the plot, so maybe they just call her Izumi or Sarada. For a little joke, if anyone was to come up with the name in the comments, that would be nice. Until then, we're just gonna be calling her Maki. Let's go with the name Maki. He'd also be going to think of how to, repair Obito's other half. Think he could probably get Tsunade, except for there's so probably doesn't know where Tsunade is. Jiraiya and Naruto kind of coincidentally found her in canon. But anyways, back to him thinking of his team, he would, after hours of consideration, end up, letting the events play out the same, since this arc was kind of key to the development of Naruto and gave him his whole philosophy on things. Plus, maybe he can save Haku and Zabuza and, they just come to the leaf and are safe. And so anyways, back to, the original time, what was going on in the events, right? Eventually arriving in the Hokage's office, Naruto would get ready to say his complaint. However, Kakashi would himself ask for a higher ranked mission. He would then start to go on about how his team needs, a higher talent, and making up any reason to really grab the C ranked mission, the bridge builder stuff. Would ask for a C rank mission, specifically like at least one stage higher, like a C rank. Until ended up agreeing, and you can probably guess the mission they get. It's obviously a mission to the sound. Nah, it's a mission to the Land of Waves. The team ends up, getting the mission, meeting Tazuna, as unpleasant as he was at first. Would suit up the next day for the mission, and we hop straight into the mission. Anyways, going over things, stuff happens. They encounter the Demon Brothers. Kakashi still gets captured to show that, well, see what his team could do. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, all three hop at the Demon Brothers and pretty handily take them down. Not that difficult. Knock them out, and eventually realizes that this mission high rank, well, Kakashi already knows. And so the team will keep on going despite, what's going to happen. So what will happen next? Well, find out next time. Anyways, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Also, thanks for watching.